I recently built this watch. It's a GMT Rolex inspired, but has no logos on it. It's got this beautiful Tiffany blue bezel and sort of closely matching hands. It's not perfect, but it's a custom from China, and I've been ordering these parts and building custom watches, and I wanted to upgrade my tools, and I thought I would show you the new tools that I've ordered whilst also installing something that a bunch of people recommended. This is a Jubilee style bracelet. So this is the Oyster style, and then this is a Jubilee style. The other thing I'm going to be doing is correctly installing the hands. The GMT hand is slightly off. I'm going to just show you quickly here because, yeah, it's been annoying me. I thought I'd get away with it and it wouldn't bother me, but actually I've been wearing this watch quite a lot and it's a little bit irritating. So if you set the GMT hand, which is this yellow one here, to perfectly centered at 12 o'clock, you can see that not only is the minute hand sort of nowhere near, but the hour hand is off. And I know it's hard to see, but this is annoying me. So we're gonna solve that problem using blue tack. Basically, yeah, I mean, this is called Rodico. It's basically a professional blue tack, but the idea of this is that it's apparently gonna like perfectly grip onto the hands so that I can then get my hand pusher and push them down, because before I was sort of having to awkwardly grip with metal tweezers, risking scratching the hands, which I have done a few times, which is why I'd always suggest to buy multiple hands. But hopefully with this, we can just buy one set and I won't scratch them. So I've ordered one of those. My watch cushion also was basically falling apart, so I've had to order a new one of these, and it's done the job. It's been good to us, but it's time to upgrade. Not to mention the fact that it's sort of a little bit small, so I've gone for this absolutely ginormous slab of rubber. And I'm going to be linking all of the stuff in the description as well, because I know that lots of people have been building watches as well. So yeah, there's this big sort of slab of matte finish rubber. Hopefully it's a little bit more durable. It feels good. I think this one, just because of the build of it, you know, this sort of leather stuff here, and then this ring that holds it down, which isn't glued into place, it's just sort of fell apart. This is going to do the job absolutely perfectly. There's a nice anti-slip base as well, so that is just not going to stay in focus, but solid. Absolutely beautiful. So we've got our blue tack, we've got our rubber. What else have I ordered? So I've ordered a set of stainless steel but plastic tipped tweezers. Now this, I just was thinking would be really handy for hands, dials, all the rest of it. I just needed something that was not metal to pick things up with. So very pleased with that. And then the other thing I bought as well was a movement holder, because I've been sort of incorrectly installing things like the crown and you know, the rotor stickers and all the rest of it, and people have been telling me I should buy one of these. So I have now done that. I bought two because I didn't know which one I was going to prefer. This one is definitely better built. It weighs a bit more. Here's a movement. Let's set this down into here like that. Oh, that is snug. That is really, really nice. There's a small little sort of lip just on the inside there, so that can be set into there like that. And then the other thing which is great is it looks as if the lip is going to be perfectly on the inside of that rotor. So if I actually flip it round and set it down the other way, it's also going to sit perfectly flat like that. So I can actually, you know, do some work on the top there if I needed to as well. Now, this one looks to be exactly the same. So if I set that into there like that, it's exactly the same, and it flips round the other way as well. So it doesn't really matter, I suppose, which one to go for. However, this one does have a side on the other side that is for presumably a smaller movement, but there's absolutely no denying that this is a much nicer quality, solid little thing. So yeah, very, very happy with that. That really does feel great. So I've got that now. I've got my tweezers. You know, I can do my blue tack. I'm quite happy. So let's go ahead and sort out this watch. Now, I really do enjoy wearing it. It's absolutely fantastic. I've had loads of compliments on it because I think it's quite bold, but in a subtle way. You know, that it's that blue and white. It stands out in a very understated way. I like it. It's almost like noteworthy because it's not noteworthy, if that makes sense. To quote David Mitchell, for anybody who knows that reference. So what I'm going to do is start by just unscrewing one of the links on the side here, because that's going to probably be the easiest way to take this off. I don't really enjoy doing this because I always worry about scratching the case, but I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew this link. Luckily, these fake sort of bracelets, they all have proper nice screw-in pins and stuff, so you don't have to use some janky little pusher. And I actually forgot as well. Look, I've got the rotor there, the clear back, which is absolutely lovely. Right, and then I've got this tiny little tool, probably not great, but should do the job, to just go into here and remove the spring bar like that. There we go. It's fairly simple once you actually get it right the first time. There we go. Okay, so we are now out with the old bracelet. So that is it off, and I really can't wait to see what this is going to look like. I want to just offer it up so that we can sort of get a little bit of a teaser as to what it's going to look like. And this actually has the proper screw-in pins as well, which is nice. Oh yeah, that is going to look absolutely gorgeous. Quite a few people said that the watch looked quite feminine, so this isn't going to help with that, but I don't really care. I think it looks really awesome. Okay, so we're going to unscrew the case back. I'm sorry to say I didn't order a pump for my deflated ball. So I know quite a few people are going to be quite upset about that. I'm sorry. I'll have to do better next time. Right, let's go on with the finger condoms. Here we go. This is a professional watch channel, of course. We use all the correct terminology. I might have to try and find some slightly larger ones, because by the end of doing these sorts of videos, I can't feel my fingertips, which I'm not sure is supposed to happen. Right, so let's take this off. Again, things like this is perfect for what I wanted this this plastic tweezer for. I might have to order some more, because obviously being that the tip's plastic, it might wear down a little bit easier. Okay, so we're now in. I'm going to remove the little case spring that just holds the movement down. Let's just get that out of there. Okay, set that off to the side. Right, we now need to remove the crown, which is done by just pressing down on the tiny little lever. There we go. Out with the crown and stem. Set that over to the side as well. And then we can flip the whole movement over. So to do this, you sort of take your cushion, set it down like that, and then you can flip it over and it'll just come out perfectly like that. So we need to install the crown again into the movement so that we can stop the hands using the what's it called, the hacking mechanism. So let's quickly do that. My only concern with putting this into the movement holder is that it's going to scratch the dial. So I'm still going to stick to doing a slightly awkward sort of one hand motion because I've started to perfect it. He says as he struggles to do it. No, he's done it. And there we go. That is the hands able to stop, and the second hand there is perfectly stopped. So what I'm going to do is wait till I get the second hand perfectly at 12 o'clock. See, it all doesn't look too bad, but I can see just underneath there that that GMT hand is ever so slightly off, which is what's annoying me. So I want to make it perfect. You know, I really do enjoy wearing this watch, and I do want it to be perfect. Okay, so let's now pull the crown out. There we go. Right, now there is an actual set of tools that you can use to remove hands, but I don't have that, which is crazy because this was a video where I bought tools that I needed. So well done to the research guy. That's me, I'm the research guy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is set this plastic bag over the top, which looks ridiculous, but it's kind of what I see all the professionals doing. So, you know, don't shoot the messenger. Right, plastic bag over the top. And then we're just gonna grab two very small little, actually we'll use some slightly larger ones. Flathead, you know, screwdrivers, very, very, very small ones. And we're gonna just get underneath the GMT hand and just very gently pull up on everything without pressing down on the dial. You don't wanna do that. And then we can take that off, and that has done the job. So what we can actually do is just, there they all are. And this watch cushion is big enough that we've got plenty of room, which is just fantastic. We're gonna start with the GMT hand because that needs to be perfectly at 12, and then we can go from there. But what I'm gonna do is move this overhead camera because my everything is gonna be in the way. Okay, so here we go. I've got the hand picked up with the Rodico. It seems to be holding it there quite nicely, and I'm literally gripping onto the center of the hand so that I can see where the tip is to align it perfectly. I've set the time so that the date has flicked over perfectly to 11, which makes me know that roughly now is going to be enough okay time to put the hands directly at 12. I did it just as it flicked over. I think there's a bit of a knack to doing it a bit after or something like that, but to me it's more important that the hands are all perfectly aligned. So let's go ahead and set this down, and I'm going to take my hand pusher here and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to be quite quiet because it requires a lot of concentration. So here we go. I'm actually going to set this into one of the holders. I wonder if the dial is going to interfere with that. Oh my word. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's just make sure that's in focus. There we go. So now I can actually spin that all around easier. Okay, so let's see how perfectly aligned this is. We're looking for it to flick over to 12. Obviously the GMT hand moves at half the speed of the hour hand. Oh my goodness. As it hit 12, it flicked over in the date. That's absolutely unreal. So the next one to do is the hour hand, and I spun everything round. There's perfect clearance all the way around. So let's go on with the hour hand next. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. This Rodico stuff is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. It seems... It looks like it's perfectly in line, but then the moment I move it, it changes again. So I'm going to go for that one more time because I'm not happy with that. I want this to be perfect, and I'm not going to settle for anything else. It's going to be quite hard to see, but if I just refocus this here, hopefully you can see that it's just a little bit off, and that's just not good enough for me. So let's set this back down again, and let's go for attempt number 3. Now I'm going to try and just remove the hour hand, because I'm very happy with the placement of the GMT hand. There we go. Okay, and actually, the movement holder is quite handy for getting leverage to remove those hands, and you're not pushing down on the dial. So this was a great buy, as was the blue tack, the Rodico. I need to stop calling it that. Okay, here we go. Let's go again. Let's get that GMT hand perfectly aligned to 12 o'clock. There we go. Let's try this again. I mean, that is bang on. Let's go all the way around and see what happens when they're directly opposite each other. Do you know what? That's absolutely perfect. Look at that. They are directly opposite each other. He's done it. Yes. Okay, let's go all the way around again. Oh, that is bang on. That is bang on. Okay, right, next thing to do then is the minute hand. So this one is nice and long, so we can make sure that it's perfectly aligned. And picking these hands up as well with the Rodico, it's just beautiful. Right, here we go. Slightly smaller pusher end here now, because we're going down a slightly thinner diameter piece of the what's that called? Pinion? I don't know. I'm sorry. The thing that holds the hands on. Right, here we go. Let's get this perfectly aligned. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Let's push that down, make sure that there's enough clearance. Right, they're all 3 of those are on now, so let's spin this around and see if it's all aligned. So here we go, we're going to 12 o'clock there. That still looks alright. That is so much better than before. That is so much better than before. Oh, do you know what? It's only a tad. If you look at that GMT hand at the bottom, perfectly 12 at the top, ever so slightly off on the base. And I think that, I mean, that is way better than before. Before, it was horrible. It was all over the place. So I think that is going to be good enough for me. I don't know that it's going to get much better than that. I put everything perfectly aligned. I mean, it's good. It's good for me. It's absolutely fine for me. That is what I wanted to see, really, is when it gets to 12 o'clock that they're all there, and it changes over on the date perfectly fine as well. So the final thing to do is put the second hand on. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, the second hand is probably one of the hardest ones to put on, just because it's so fine. It's so fiddly and fine. So we're going to use the smallest tipped hand pusher, which is the white one for me. And this actually, unlike the other one, the other 3 hands, isn't just like a ring that you push down. This one has a very minute sort of barrel that you have to get over that center little pin. I'm sorry, you'll have to tell me what the name is for that in the description. Here we go, in the comments rather. Right, here we go. So we're going to set that down like that. And push. And then I'm just going to get a little bit closer to it so I can see. what I'm doing. Oh, that date switching over there is perfect. Okay, and if we push the crown in, the second hand is going to start moving. So that is 9.5 out of 10, which is good enough for me. I'm also going to leave a link to this as well so that people can get one of those. I'm very, very pleased with that. That is good. That is good enough for me, and that says a lot. I'm quite a perfectionist. I'm much happier with that this time round than the last one, because the last one, it just was too off for my liking. Let's just give that one more go. I'm sort of obsessing a little bit now, but I want to just see one more time what that looks like. So let's get it perfectly over to 12 o'clock. So the GMT hand is now perfectly in the middle. Oh, that's fine. That is fine. The GMT hand gets perfectly centered, and then everything comes round and snaps into place, and then the date changes. So, do you know what? I'm very pleased with that. I'm very, very pleased with that. That is just absolutely fantastic. So, the next thing to do is put it back into the case. So we can take out the crown and stem again. I've already just unpushed the little button, and we can just flip it over and set it down like that. Let's give it one last little blow of the air blower. Okay. And set it into the case like that. Okay, happy days. Right, let's flip it over. Okay, so let's put the crown and stem back in again. There we go. Crown and stem is back in. Right, and then we can go back in with the little movement holder piece here, which just works by when you screw the case back down. It's all bent up and down so that it just springs and holds it down. So that's a pretty good design and very easy for us to fit. So let's give this all one little dust off, and I suppose just for the sake of being thorough, we should take out the O-ring again, the gasket rather, and give that another grease. I'll leave a link to one of these as well. It's just to make sure that that has a good seal so that it's waterproof. Okay, so let's set that back down into place. Now I have some really exciting watch build videos coming up, and I'm actually going to film one directly after I finish filming this, but I wanted to do this one first so that I could show all the new tools that I'm going to be using. So let's give that one last little blow, and that as well. And then we can screw down the case back. There we go. Again, I need to get a pump for this ball. Not good. There we go. Right, let's flip it over and see if that's all working. Seems to be okay. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, so it's time to adjust the size of the bracelet. I've got them lined up next to each other like this, which is probably going to be a pretty good way for us to do this. We'll find out. I'm sure there's some people going, no, that's not the way. But, you know, how else do you learn? I can't hear you live. Okay, and this is the final one. So remember as well that your wrists are not perfectly symmetrical. I hate to break it to you. You need to sort of leave some extra link space on one side because it sort of wraps a bit further round on the back edge. So that should be perfect, which it is, which is great. So let's take off this little plastic film here as well. I like scratches, especially on these slightly cheaper watches, you know. I'm not so worried about them, but the scratches show that it's a real watch that you actually use rather than just something to look at. Where did I just put that tiny screwdriver? I'm just going to double check that all of these pins are tight because that one loose one worried me a little bit. Don't feel too bad. Oh yeah, that one was really loose. If you're buying a Jubilee bracelet, make sure it's all nice and tight. Okay, so here we go. Let's now put the spring bars in and fit this to the watch. Oh boy, this thing's flying everywhere. Here we go. This is quite a delicate operation. You don't want to scratch. Don't put too much pressure down on this when you're just slotting it in. You know, just let it glide over the top. There we go. Oh, there's one in. Oh, I just cannot wait to flip this round. Okay, here we go. Let's get this last one in. There we go. It's in. They're both in. Here we go. This is the moment of truth. Let me get a cloth. Give everything a wipe. I don't want to look yet. I don't want to look. I'm so excited. I hope I haven't put it on the wrong way around. I don't think I have. Right, here we go. Boom. It's upside. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Oh, that looks insane. Hang on, I need to tighten it up a little bit. Luckily there's this nice quick adjustment on this buckle part. That looks absolutely off the scale. And I've just noticed as well, this is the same colour. Look at that. Okay, wait, I'm still not happy with how that's sitting. That is just absolutely breathtaking. I'm sorry, but that is just gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Would you not all agree? I'm sure you won't, but most of you will. That looks insane. That looks absolutely insane. Look at that. Oh my. Oh my. What? That is ridiculous. It looks too good. Okay, I want to set the right time. 3:31, 1st of July. I can't get over how beautiful that is. The only thing left to do on this watch, which we are going to do, don't worry, is put our own logo on the top. But we're going to save that for another video. I wanted to show some tools, get this watch perfect, put the new bracelet on, and just take a look at that. That is just absolutely stunning. I am in love with this watch. You served us well, little bracelet, but there's absolutely no denying that this, for me, is nicer. Some people will disagree. That's fine. That's why we have all these options, is so that we can build our own beautiful watch. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be building an insanely cool watch. Check it out, it's coming soon. Look at my Patreon if you're interested. There's not a lot on there right now, but I'm gonna try and do some more stuff on there because it would be really helpful. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you all in the next one. Goodbye. Damn, that looks so good.